So tonight's call, we're going to cover a number of things. We're going to start with a little study of the body, so we really have a basic understanding of how our energy system works, and then we're going to talk about foods that can protect us from all the contaminations. Namely, there's a lot of contamination in all of our air, our water, and our food now, and there's things we can do, actually. It's not a hopeless condition. Then how we can support ourselves and protect ourselves in that regard. And then I want to talk about, on a more somber note, how things have gotten a little bit, let's call it dicey when it comes to the fact that the sick care system or the disease care system, call it what government regulatory agencies like to call, they like to call it a health care system. I see nothing healthy about the system, personally. So we're going to talk a little bit about that, and then we're going to begin to understand a concept called empowered healthcare systems. And then we'll go from empowered healthcare systems right to the gift cards, and I'm going to talk about how this company created an innovation that I've never seen before. And I've been in the healthcare field for 37 years as a physician. I've worked with the Ministries of Health in Europe. I've even had a vegan restaurant way back when in 1979, and bringing myself up to present, I've for the last 25 years been very deeply focused inside of nutrition. So this is not a hobby for me, nor is it I have no desire to pitch a product or a company. What I have a desire to do is actually bring a gift to everyone and allow you to evaluate what it is that I say, and then you make a decision whether it makes sense to your ears and to your heart. And if it does, I really hope so, because there's a lot of people that need our help. And that's why I stated on a somber note, when I see what the supposed healthcare system, or what I call sick care system, does not do to accommodate most of us, it's actually getting quite a bit, sad. The upside, which is where I like to focus and where I think it is most productive for all of us to focus, is what we can do to take care of ourselves, given the fact that our body is a miracle. Given the fact that our body is a miracle of God, that given the fact that our body has the ability to heal itself, that is what it is designed to do. It is an inborn potential, and that is easily recognized when you consider that there isn't a thought you can have without the brain creating that thought. There isn't a beat of your heart without that inborn potential, because we can't control that. There is rare of an activity inside of our bodies that manifests without some greater power that drives it. And so in the chiropractic profession, we always said philosophically and with spiritual dimension that we heal from above down, inside out. And in the chiropractic profession, we were talking about a brain, a spinal cord, the nerves that run through the spinal cord and exit from the spinal vertebrae and lead to every cell in your body. It was a brilliant mechanism, and certainly only discovered by us as we continue as scientists to try to figure out, well, how did we end up in this body, on this planet, in this universe in the first place? So science is designed to categorize so that we have some construct, so we have some understanding of how the heck did this happen. Now, here's what I'm here to tell you. Empowered healthcare systems means that two things. It has a double meaning. This is my perception. This is what I'm writing about these days in the book that I'm preparing for. The empowered healthcare systems has to do with all the systems that function simultaneously to keep you alive and to continually, and this is most important, balance your energy. It's called energy homeostasis. Your brain is always wanting to keep you alive. We know that when our brain is dead, we're considered dead. So that brain is powerful, very powerful, and it needs fuel. And the kind of fuel, and that's where the focus of tonight's conversation will be, the kind of fuel that you decide to put into your body is exactly what you become. It is exactly whether you disempower your healthcare system that is internal to you, that is yours to own, that is inborn potential for healing. It is your empowered healthcare system that is either driven to extinction or driven to vitality, to life. And an empowered healthcare system, from as another meaning, in this context, from my perspective again, and this is just my perspective, is that we need to focus more on prevention, on preventative health care. I understand we need an acute care system. I understand that when I was in my car accident that they saved my life and my sister's life. I understand that we need hospitals, that we need medical doctors and systems just like that to care for us in an emergency. But what do we do for ourselves as we march through time in living space and decide to make we make a choice, and that choice is to allow our what am I looking for the words? We allow our bodies that have that inborn potential to give our bodies that best chance so that we can, in fact, have a quality of life that we deserve. So having said all that, I'm going to go into a little bit, well, how does this energy balance work? What is this energy homeostasis? How do we maintain the energy of our body? Well, I said a minute ago it's fuel. And fuel comes in the form of food. And certain foods can damage the body. And we've all heard, about the trans fats. We've all heard about the hydrogenated oils. We've all heard about artificial colors, excipients, flowing agents, things that are added to both supplements and food to somehow make it taste better, float better, flow better, whatever be the case. The biochemists sitting in laboratories are creating this fluffed up version of what most of us are calling food and grabbing off the middle aisles of the grocery stores that is really only food-like substances, because much of it is completely artificial and really makes our bodies work very, very hard until the point at which our bodies actually become toxic as a result of foods that are more like food-like substances than they are actually food. So it's food that fuels our body and that helps us balance the energy of our body. So how is it then, if that's true, let's assume that that's true, how is it then that so many of us begin to complain about fatigue, inability to sleep, skin rashes, pain all over our body, joint pain, brain fog? I could go on forever. How is it that all of a sudden, if there is this miracle of God that lives in our body that exists to heal us at all times, well, here's the answer. When we're having pain, when we're having brain fog, when our energy balancing systems are falling short, it's our responsibility and no one else's. It's our responsibility, and it has to do with certain foods. Now, today I am going to talk about what are those foods that can make a difference for us. We're talking right now, just in the first few minutes of this conversation or this dialogue, I'm talking about, well, what could make us sick and why chronic illness is on the rise. Why is it that Alzheimer's, stroke, heart disease, cancer, diabetes are at unprecedented levels right now? And our disease care system is crumbling because of it. It cannot support the number of people that are, in fact, choosing to be sick, and not in all cases. They're simply uneducated, and so they're not getting foods that support their living systems, what I call their empowered healthcare systems that you were born with. So it's time to make another choice. Just make another choice. And what we should choose are not the sugars, the fats, the salts that have conveniently been sprinkled into all of the processed food that we're taking off those shelves in the middle aisles of our grocery markets, but instead begin to investigate for ourselves, well, what foods might be better for our bodies? What foods empower our bodies? What foods bring life into our bodies? And it's frankly science. It's well known. And frankly, it's nature. It gives us what we need. Yet we seem to be content with eating foods that have no color. And when color enters into our food, we scratch our heads and go, how can I eat that's green or red or purple? Well, it's my contention that God gave us eyes so we could see color. And that the colors of our natural universe and our food's resources are abundant. And those need be explored more. I spend a lot of time in the vegetable area of my grocery market. Trust me. In fact, I think I'm going to start making videos of myself shopping in the vegetable section, and you'll see how to look at things. I may even do it on the unhealthy foods to see how in less than a few seconds you can make a decision about whether something is real food, or a food-like substance that's been configured in a laboratory. Very easy. If the name's too long for you to be able to pronounce it, it's probably some chemical. So, what are the good foods that support vital life and protect us from the contaminations that exist? Because there are contaminations in our water, in our air, and certainly in our food, as we just talked about. So what can we do? What we can do is begin to learn about the foods that actually have vitality and why they have vitality. So I'm going to start with just a few because these are most pertinent to some of the solutions I'm going to offer to everyone before the end of the call. And then before the end of the call, I'm going to make a case for the fact that they need be part of your grocery bill. They need be part of your grocery bill. And if you're considering it an expense, then do so. Because every time I go to the grocery market, and I know this is true for all of you, I'm sure you don't leave without $100 spent. And I would also surmise that we at least go once a week to our grocery stores. We're spending probably, depending on how large your family is, between $400 to $1,000 per month just in groceries. So what if, and I'm going to speculate here, what if we were able to create simple, some very practical, inexpensive foods that were convenient and portable and brought life into your body because of the high-density nutrition that was available. In 2015, the government set some guidelines about how many servings of fruits and vegetables we should have each day. 4 to 6 servings of vegetables, 4 to 6 servings of fruit, and protein. And the protein needs to be high-quality protein. So let's make some distinctions now. How do we get that much? How do we get 4 to 6 servings of our vegetables? It's a pretty tough game right now, to be frank. We can't eat enough salads to get all of that. That's the real truth anymore. And because our soils have been depleted and in some instances contaminated, we're not even sure what we're getting when we buy the food off the shelf in the supermarket. I certainly always look for organic, but that's not always possible. So, green food. I mentioned the color green earlier. I want to talk about green food. Green is the color of the natural world. In energetic medicine, it's the color associated with the heart. When you walk into a forest and the forest has a rare leaf because it's wintry, you feel one way. When you walk into a forest and the forest is filled with green leaves, you feel a very different way. You feel alive, don't you? The color green. What does the color green have in it? Well, the color green has tons of enzymes, tons of micronutrients, vitamins, minerals, some extremely important for the human body, like, for example, the magnesium that comes in the chlorophyll molecule. The chlorophyll molecule. So, understand how green occurs. Sun's frequencies drives nutrients from the soil, from the earth, through the stem of the plant to its leaf matter. It could be the bark. There are different parts of a plant that become vital, depending on the plant. Miracle again. I could tell you stories of plants I discovered when I traveled in the Amazon. And in the Amazon, I'll give you an example because you'll love it. I'm meandering, taking a tangent here, so track with me. There's a tree. This is remarkable. So I have to share this story. Again, a miracle of God. The tree is called Iporuru. Yeah, that's a really hard word to say. Don't worry about it. But it's a tree that grows, and it's planted before the monsoons. Before the monsoons. When the monsoons come, the areas that have been planted with these Iporuru leaves are flooded. So then one would ask, well, how can a plant live underwater? These trees live underwater as sproutlings, completely underwater after the rainstorms, after the monsoons, or during the monsoons, I should say. When the monsoons stop, after the rainy seasons is over, the waters recede and the trees continue to grow. When you're traveling and you're along the Amazon River and you pass the Iporuru trees in a boat like I have, you'll notice the circulation of the river spinning around the bark of the tree trunk. And I thought to myself, my God, circulation. The river circulating around this tree. And this tree has the ability to somehow hold its oxygen because it can't breathe underwater, right? So how is that even possible? Well, it is possible. And the Iporuru tree actually is excellent. The leaves, when dried and put into certain herbal formulations, is excellent for blood circulation. Now, isn't that interesting? That here it is, a tree, a plant that grows that is seeded and then underwater as it grows, and then when the waters recede, so you have water flushing in, flushing out, flushing in, flushing out during the rainy seasons, year after year, and at the end of it all, this tree actually is a healer, and it works to promote blood circulation in the human body. I bring that example up because this is the power of food, real food. And yes, plants are food. Green herbs, vegetables, fruits, green food. That chlorophyll is created because of this incredible relationship between the sun's frequency and the ability to drive those nutrients up and through the plant and deliver the chlorophyll molecule to our bodies. So, green food filled with chlorophyll, magnesium, micronutrients, enzymes, minerals. Let's talk about fruit, 4 to 6 servings of fruit. We kind of underestimate all of this, but what does fruit do most importantly? Well, depending on how we eat it, of course, fiber, but also all of the bioflavonoids. And for those of you who don't know what they are, basically they clean up free radicals. And if you don't know what free radicals are, just think of it this way. Every moment and every day, our bodies do hundreds of thousands of processes per second. And they create free radicals during the process. Our bodies know how to remove a lot of that toxic waste, and some of it, if our bodies are overcome by it, well, it locks into fat tissue. So if our diets are very, very unhealthy, if we're moving towards many of the metabolic risk factors, that means high cholesterol, high blood pressure, high triglycerides, high blood sugar, I think I mentioned that maybe. All those are signs that our bodies are beginning to slow down and to degenerate. Degenerate towards a chronic disease pattern. So we need to, how do we improve that? Well, we clean up the free radicals. We clean up the toxins. Okay? So that's what fruit does. It offers bioflavonoids, these little Pac-Men that go around eating all of the toxins. Okay, the next most important food is protein. And dietary protein is good, but it's not good enough. And dietary protein coming from meat, especially red meat or pork, is probably the least beneficial for the body. The fats are intolerable. The body removes about 60% in waste and then works really hard to pull out the protein and deliver it to your muscles so that you have strength, stamina, and endurance, and keeps your brain alive. Remember, the brain is balancing energy, needs energy, right? So the harder we make our body work, it's pretty clear, right? The harder we make our body work, there's more cellular degeneration. So think about your 50 trillion cells working, and either they're degenerating or they're synthesizing, meaning they're dividing more and creating more healthy cells. Now you're in good shape. Now you're in good shape because your cells are in good shape, because your energy mechanism for creating an energy balance in your system is in good shape, and now you're not dying of diabetes. You're not on your way to a stroke or a heart attack. You're doing what's called responsible health care for your own self. You're taking responsibility. And because of it, you're healthier. The quality of your life, there's no more brain fog. You have no more fatigue. You're sleeping better. You're experiencing weight loss, and your metabolism is now reset, so you become healthier when your energy balance in your body becomes healthier. And it is felt. It is not a concept or an idea. You feel it when you're feeling good. I know all of you have felt really, really bad at one point in your life, so take the comparison. You wake up in the morning and, oh my God, I feel terrible this morning. And then take another moment in your life when you felt the best ever. And what I'll encourage you all to do is just ask yourself a few simple questions. First one being, hey, how would you evaluate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10? If 1 was, this is the worst I've ever felt, and 10, this is the best I ever felt, give yourself a number. Be honest with yourself. Then ask yourself, well, what do I want to change? What do I want to change? And then ask yourself, why do you want to change? Because you want a higher quality of life? Because you want to be able to be a little more alert? Because you want to spend more time with your grandchildren and have a long, high-quality life? Well, it demands responsibility, and it demands that you just make certain choices. So as I promised, we do have the solutions, and I've gone on for about 20 minutes, a little bit longer than I normally do. But I wanted to highlight the importance of certain very specific foods, one of which I didn't mention, which is fiber. There's all the thing about fiber. A lot is misunderstood about fiber, and here are 2 things I can tell you about fiber. When men and women both need a minimum of 25 grams of fiber per day. We don't even get near that. In fact, if you have an excellent diet and you eat at least 1 salad a day, if not 2, you're getting at best 9 grams of fiber. You're not getting enough to clean that colon. Most cancer, by the way, is preventable. 68% of all cancer is preventable. That's coming from Dr. Cuba, who's a chief oncologist. Okay, so cancer is preventable. If cancer is preventable, I guess I'm going to go get about it. It's time to get about it. So let's see. The solution, at least the one I'm going to offer everyone tonight, if you're not a member, a lifestyle member of the Purium company, and this is a company I endorsed 3 years ago. I endorsed it because of the foundational nutrition I'm talking to all of you about. They offered it. They offered it with a great deal of purity and a very high standard or a premium quality. And believe me, I know the difference. I spent 37 years of my life, and a great many years, 6 years to be exact, with the Ministries of Health in becoming an expert with regard to the nutritional industry. And I can tell you, there are few companies that offer what this company does as foundational nutrition, meaning the fruits that you need, the vegetables that you need in the quantities that you need them. So that means high density, real food, non-GMO nutrition that has not been sprayed by herbicides. It is organic food. and it's dense. So it's taking what would be 5 blenderfuls full of vegetables and condensing it into 2 small scoops that you simply mix with water, rehydrate, and drink. That's the green food. Extremely important. Green foods have a lot of functions in the body. All the enzymes, again, the micronutrients, vitamins, and minerals. When your body begins to shut down, guess what happens? You don't absorb vitamins and minerals and micronutrients, even macronutrients like protein. You don't absorb them. So the healthier your body, the more vital it is. It's a cascade effect. You can only get healthier and healthier and healthier. You can only get better than who you are today. You raise your game. It's like the competing athlete always wants a better time when he runs or he runs the race. Well, we're all in a race. We're all on a timeline. And that timeline can be a high quality of life or can be of diminishing quality of life. You choose. And that protein, by the way, that I mentioned earlier, a good high-quality protein like the one they have in this company, it's called Super 23. It's 99% bioavailable and delivers in less than 23 minutes. And if that means nothing to you, it simply means this. Most dietary protein you will get 40% at best. You're getting 99% here, delivering, so that your brain knows that you are strong, you have stamina, you have endurance, and the brain gets the message that the muscles are busy, and it will go to your fat-burning machine and turn it on. Fiber will turn your fat-burning machine on. Fiber supports the production of what's called the skinning hormone. It's called adiponectin. Fiber also, as it moves through the gut, it prevents the absorption of bad fats. Wow. Now we can protect ourselves from bad fats, we can stimulate the fat-burning machine, and we can feed the body the macro and micronutrients that it needs to thrive. That's the solution. It's really simple, and I know that's a lot of words that I've used in the last 30 minutes, but I wanted to highlight the importance of the solution. The Purium company provides 3 products. They provide 3 categories for different kinds of people. There are the people that are fitness buffs or competing athletes. There's a program for them. There's a program for people who want to reset their metabolism and burn fat. And there's a program for people who just want to do a little bit better, even if it's just, 3 products once a day. So there's something for everyone in terms of the options. But my point is that the solutions are here. And the focus in the core 3 are the green food, your vegetables, the protein, highly bioavailable, and much more that I don't have the time to go into even. And if you want more information on that protein, I've done an interview with the doctors, and you'll be able to get more information. But it's a miracle. That protein in itself is a miracle food. And thirdly, it's a tart cherry. It's a concentrate filled with bioflavonoids for cleaning up toxic material, free radicals in the body. 3 products that act as a core central lifestyle. I like to call them the lifestyle products because I'm not promoting products here. I'm promoting a lifestyle, and it's a lifestyle of empowered healthcare systems for you. What else? I'm going to stop right there because I've gone on for about 30 minutes now. We started 3 minutes after the hour. I'm going to stop there. I'm going to take a few questions, and then and leave me 5 minutes at the very end because I want to talk to you about the expense of this very simple lifestyle program, which should never be an issue. If it is an issue, then this company has addressed that as well because they've created what's called a gift card system. But before I get into that gift card system and allow you to talk to the people who invited you to the call today to ask about that and how that works, you'll be able to get these products, make them part of your grocery bill, have the gift card at least help you get a membership and an option to opt into the lifestyle we're talking about. Let's answer a few questions. Does anyone have any questions about any of the things that I shared today?
No, I don't.
You're all unmuted, so feel free to speak up.
I don't have any questions.
Okay. Did that make sense? Was that Wayne?
That was Wayne.
Wayne, good. Did that make sense? The things that I shared with you, did that make sense to you from a logical perspective?
Yes, it does.
Okay. I hope you're, are you excited about the possibility that you can either restore your health or regain your health or reach for your best in your health? Does that excite you?
Yes, I'm always, willing to improve my health.
Excellent. Excellent. Because even the best athletes want to always improve their speed. That's what I tell people. People tell me, I have a clean diet. I'm a vegetarian. Or I'm an athlete. And I do pretty good. I said, well, would you choose to do better? Of course we would. So here's the last thing I'll mention on the call tonight, and that is the gift cards again. The gift cards are a brilliant innovation. And what the company's done is basically allows each of us to actually give a $50 gift card to someone that we know, our family, our friends, whoever, so that they can opt into this lifestyle. The lifestyle suggests that we have an order, a given amount of product that we consume every month to keep this vitality alive, keep this alive for us, keep our bodies functioning at the highest level. So that's the lifestyle. The $50 gift card allows you one-time only fee, and very often that fee is factored into the package of products that you purchase. You get a $50 gift card from the person who invited you to this call, and you will receive, that person, I should say, will receive a minimum of $50 as a referral fee from the company, and that's where it all begins. Some people just want to neutralize the cost of their product, which you can easily do because of the fact that the company will give you 5 cards just to begin with. If you choose to, not only neutralize the cost of your product and also you'd like a revenue stream, figure out what amount of dollars might make a difference in your life and go for it. That's what I would suggest to you. If it's $5,000, $1,000, $500, that's none of my business. But clarify that for yourself if you have an interest in creating a revenue stream by helping a whole lot of people. Bring them to this call. Get people excited about their health. Trust me, they're going to want to get that gift card from you, and you're giving them a gift card, a blessing of health. You really are. And for some of you, you might want to take this opportunity through the roof. You might see how much fun you start creating for yourselves as a healthpreneur. I'm just writing what's called the Healthpreneur Blueprint, and I'll have that out hopefully in the next month or so. The Healthpreneur Blueprint is going to lay out how it is we can be successful. Or what, more than anything, it's the mindset. It's the perception. It's making a difference in the world and making dollars, making a difference in the world. And the Purium company created this gift card marketing system. And from my perspective, it was brilliant. Frankly, when I started only interested actually in one of the products. And then my interest grew. I wanted to lose some weight. I had just been in a bad bicycling accident. I wanted to prevent my surgery. I wanted to build my immune system. Like yourself, Wayne, I just wanted to upgrade. I just wanted an upgrade. I'm 63 years old. I wanted an upgrade. And this is a guy, please understand, all my life I have wanted an upgrade every day of my life. I want to be better than the day before so I can serve others better than I've ever served others before. That's what drives me. And if you're of that same ilk and that same mindset, I'm going to encourage you to connect with the person who invited you here and ask them why they're here. That would be a great question to ask the person who invited you. Because that's what I would be doing if I brought you to this call personally. Why are you here? I want to know. If it's just to improve your health, great. You found a great community, because this whole community is about that. And if you want to earn an extra living or you want to give out some gift cards and just bless other people with health, then you're in the right place. You're in the right place at the right time. So, God bless you all. If no one else does anyone else have any questions at all about anything that I've shared tonight?
Basically, I was going to ask a question about, was talking, this is Winfrey.
Mm-hmm. Hi, Winfrey.
Talking about medication and everything. My question would be, as far as cholesterol medicine, why is that so bad for you? That's just a question that I have.
Okay,
Because,
there was a little bit of noise on the line, and I couldn't hear the question. What was the question, Winfred?
But, cholesterol medicine that we take, I'm not taking it anymore because it started making my joints and my body hurt, and I quit taking it.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was having problems with my cholesterol, and I haven't had it checked since I went on in detox and been on this lifestyle, and I've got to do that. I'll make an appointment to get that done, get some blood work done, and see exactly where I am as far as cholesterol, blood pressure medicine, and all of those things.
What was the question, Winfred?
Cholesterol. Why is cholesterol medicine so bad for you?
Oh, okay, that was the question. Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't understand the question. Yeah, well, statins. It's a category of medicine that actually creates diabetes.
Okay.
Well, that's the primary controversy that you'll read about. Go ahead and Google it. Look up what Dr. Mercola says about it. The statins are actually quite a bit poisonous for the body. In some cases, probably necessary. I'm not here to engage in a conversation in judging any particular medicine or any particular case. That's not what we do here. But I will say that statins are well known to produce diabetes. And so, how do we manage our cholesterol? That's the big issue. It's making the right dietary choices, and frankly, on many of these foods, you'll watch your cholesterol numbers go down. You will watch certain things change. I'm not allowed to make that claim. I'm just letting you know. That would be the responsible thing to do, Winfred, and that is get some metrics, look at it now, look at it 6 months from now, 3 months from now. Remember, the lifestyle that we're talking about here is not the blue pill or the red pill. It's not an overnight sensation. It is not the poison pill that is going to make an attempt at reversing 30 years of bad or unhealthy habits, right?
Right.
It's not
no overnight cure. No overnight cure, exactly.
That's right. It's a lifestyle that, when measured over time, minimally 4 months, but you'll see changes in 10 days. You'll see changes in 30 days. People report them routinely. When you begin to have your body become a fat-burning machine, when it starts to live in its truth, its vitality, its God-given ability to live fully. I mean live. When I say live, please understand, I'm talking about how your anatomy works. It either works or it doesn't. And we know when it works and when it doesn't. Okay? Every one of us knows when our anatomy is working and when it doesn't. I don't have to detail that for any one of us on the call.
Right.
So, right? We're going to know. You're going to know. You're absolutely going to know when you're feeling better. And so this lifestyle is not what I call a magic pill, but instead an intention, a desire, a responsibility to be well. And you'll take your numbers now on your cholesterol and you test them again in 3 months. And you'll see. That's the way, if you really want to be a scientist about your body, you can do that. And certainly I'll encourage older people to do that particularly. But I would say anybody who wants to be really, really specific about, well, what has really changed? Here's what I can tell you for sure. There's no amount of research and no amount of blood tests that are going to give you the data that you need that would be as good as the data that you get from your own body. Because if you tune into your own body, you're going to know when your body's coming alive. You're certainly going to know when the body's going down. It's kind of degenerating and fatiguing. And I mean, we know. We don't have to be told by a doctor that you're on the downstroke.
Absolutely.
You're going to know whether you're on your upstroke or your downstroke because you tuned into your body. Now, metrics, I say go for it. I like to take my A1C test. I like to know that I'm in that 4.8 to 5.3 range. I want to know that. So, and that's the best test, by the way, for your sugar metabolism. Which, by the way, when your body begins to manage sugar the best it can be managing sugar, every other system follows. Sugar, when managed effectively and efficiently by our human body, creates health for our body. Remember, sugar, when glucose converts in the body, it converts to energy. And there are many systems that depend on a healthful conversion of glucose into energy. But what's not healthy is when we put lots of foods containing refined sugars and we're eating lots of carbohydrates and all that sugar is going into our body and our body's overwhelmed, and then the cells start shutting down and the glucose is not moving to the muscles. We lose strength, we lose stamina, we lose endurance, our brains are not digging out the toxins from our fat, etc., etc., etc. All disease, chronic illness, I should say, chronic illness, are basically tied to the same group of risk factors, the same things that begin to go wrong and that you can recognize if you're responsibly caring for yourself. Is that clear?
Yes, sir. That's real clear. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Oh, my pleasure. Anybody else with a question tonight? All right. We went a little bit over. I don't typically go past the 30-minute mark, so I apologize for that. I thank all of you for being in attendance tonight. I'm going to do this every Thursday night and forever, as it is called for by all of you and all of the people whose lives you're going to change by bringing them to this call, and your own life. As it changes, you become a beacon of light for others, and I bless you all. I appreciate all of you. Thanks for coming tonight. Do get back with the person who invited you to this call tonight. They'll talk to you about the gift card that'll be wrapped up in the package that you purchase, and bless you all, and I look forward to next week's call. Take care, everybody.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Dr. Mike, this number stays the same, correct?
What's that, Winfred?
Come here.
This number stays the same.
If this number changes, I will let you know. Right now, this number stays the same. That's correct.
Okay, I'll start giving it out. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. I'll send you every week, Winfred. I will send the number out every single week. You will get an email. I try to do it, Monday or Tuesday. This week it was Tuesday night. I think I got it out. It was a little bit late this week, but you will always get an email from me with the number that you will use, and an email that you can forward to everyone else.
All right, thank you, sir.
Most excellent. Good night, everybody.
Thank you, Dr. Mike. Thank you.
My pleasure. You're welcome. If that's Hester or Dorothy, you're welcome.
Yes, Dorothy.
Thank you so much. It's Hester.
You're welcome, Hester. Always my pleasure.
All right,
good night now.
so much.
Good night. Dr. Mike Fleischer with New Path Nutrition. It's a pleasure to bring these simple tips to you. There's a lot more coming. If you simply click on the links in the description below this video and or on the annotations in the video, click on those links. You'll learn more about the kind of nutrition that actually helped me recover from a serious accident and will help you to actually elevate your level of health. Thanks for visiting today, everyone. See you on the next video.